In the basement with Next Step and K. I am, of course, one half of that great duo, Casey from In the Basement and Next Step. You can hit us up. Phone number 302-844-8275. Instagram, of course, you can hit us on at in underscore dub period basement underscore podcast. Follow and share on YouTube, In the Basement Podcast, and also on Facebook, again, In the Basement Podcast, and also on TikTok. I am Next Step. Like and follow us on TikTok as well. How's everybody doing today? Of course, great week that just came through. Happy basketball to everyone for all my NBA fans out there. First days of NBA basketball for the week started on, I believe, on Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. A lot of history being made, of course, with LeBron and Bronny making NBA history, being the first father and son duo in NBA history. And also, for a little fun fact, also their fourth all time in sports, period. So if you're thinking father and son duos, one of the more famous father son duos was in like Major League Baseball. Shout out to the Griffeys. You had Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. in 1990. I believe this is when he played for the Mariners and when he played for the Cincinnati Reds. Also, a lot of people don't know about, like in hockey, they had a father and son duo. Actually, had two sons and one father. Of course, we know the great Gordie Howe, and also his sons Mark and Marty. In 1980, they actually all played on the floor. They all played on the ice at the same time. Also, shout out to Tim Raines Sr. and Tim Raines Jr. Back in 2001 when he played for the Baltimore Orioles. And of course, now we have LeBron and Bronny in 2024. A lot of mixed results, a lot of mixed feelings about how everything is happening. People are saying like, okay, all right, you guys made history. Now Bronny's going to be sent down to the G League. I don't think so. I think Bronny's going to stick. I think Bronny's going to stick for the whole year. Unless his dad has something to do with it. And just like any other father, stepfather, uncle, grandfather, cousin, whatever the case may be, I'm sure that if they had that type of motivation or influence to get their kinfolk in there, yeah, most definitely. I would try to get him in there. I would try to get him in there. Excuse me, there's a fly must have came into the room, so we can get there later. Uh, excuse me. Also, shout out to the Boston Celtics. They're actually 2-0 right now. They actually beat Washington yesterday. The Celtics got the rings on ring night, and they actually showed off. Because usually, most teams when they play on ring night, they usually they're already they're still champagning and campaigning, and they usually take the L. Now, in this case, the Celtics were showing off on ring night. Jason Tatum on his first night out, 37 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists, while Jalen Brown chipped in with 23 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, and had the nerve to get one steal on top of that. Also, yesterday, I got a chance to watch Clay play yesterday. Not was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I think it was Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. And Clay actually looked pretty good out there. Had I think he had like 22, 7 and 22, 7 and 1 and he had the nerve to get 3 steals out there, looking like old Clay out there, looking like Clay of Golden State. I'm not going to say old Clay, but Clay of Golden State. Also, also my Clippers. We actually christened the Intuit Dome yesterday, and not yesterday, before yesterday, and we actually lost a heartbreaker in overtime. Unfortunately, lost a heartbreaker to the Suns in OT. First home game of the season in Intuit Dome. The James Harden show improved. James Harden had 29 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, and a steal. Zubac had 21 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and Norman Powell chipped in with 17. So, yeah, it was a pretty good game with the Clippers. I'm not even going to go into like analyzing the game and what could have been done because it's the first game of the season. Like, no team's going to go like 82-0 or 81-1 or whatever type of crazy win loss percentage record that you guys can come up with, other than the 72-10 or 73-9, which I still think to this day the 72-10 Bulls will beat the 73-9 Golden State Warriors. Not to say not throwing any shade on the Warriors, 'cause that's a great thing to win 70 games. Actually, to win 60 games, 60 games is some change. That's actually hard to do. That's a hard feat to do in the NBA. So that means you have to have a whole lot of luck on your side. Everybody has to be healthy, and the ball just has to just get in the basket. Everybody has to work as a team. Eagles aside, all that good stuff. So shout out. You know, Shout out to the Celtics. Celtics are looking pretty good. Also, this whole week, Joel Embiid is actually causing a stir with his quote unquote proposed load management ideas, or I would say load management plan in regards to him not playing, back to backs, and a lot of Hall of Famers. Or soon to be Hall of Famers, a lot of other players that had a lot of years in this league, NBA vets that are now retired, had pretty much had did to say, and they're echoing Charles Barkley's sediment, excuse me. And Charles Barkley said, and I quote, "We're not steel workers or nurses. People who have real jobs, working 40 to 50 hours a week. We're playing basketball. Most of the time, 4 days a week, usually three. He has the best backup in the league, which is Andre Drummond. And if needed, they could say, I'm going to play 25 minutes on the second night of a back to back, and then Drummond plays. But to announce it in advance was stupidity by the Sixers. And let me know how you guys feel about that. Definitely great statement by the great Charles, aka the round mound of rebound, the bread truck. One of the greatest storytellers out there when it comes to when it just comes to shenanigans. Charles Barkley keeps it real, always says what's on his mind. You might not agree with Charles Barkley says, but a lot of people respect what Charles Barkley says. Now, some of the things he says is off the wall, but like I said, most of the stuff we pretty much usually agree with. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Let me know how you guys feel in the comments and whatnot. Like and subscribe, of course. Is Embiid right about protecting himself and his brand, or is it smart for him not to do back to backs? I mean, to me, my thing is this. My thing is, or my opinion, should I say, is I think he should play. I mean, a majority of his back to backs because some people haven't seen Joel Embiid before, and a lot of kids and a lot of fans are like really, you know, they're working hard. They're giving their hard earned money, for good seats to see good quality basketball. They don't want to see anybody out there, just schmucking it out there. I remember when Coach Pop had something to say about back to backs and about the fans wanting to see like Tim Duncan and Kawhi Leonard and some of the other stars in the Spurs. And when, Coach Popovich sat Tim Duncan on a back to back, people are like, oh, listen, people are spending their hard earned money to see Tim play. This might be the only time we get a chance to see, the great Tim Duncan or some of these other great stars on the Spurs, in person. And basically, typical Greg Popovich, response talking about some, so what? It's my team. I can do what I want. And I think, to be honest with you, I mean, in my opinion, Joel Embiid, you're playing a game, that, most people play as a hobby and you're getting paid for it. So I'm not saying like, basically, I'm saying kind of like suck it up because, like Charles Barkley said, you're only playing like maybe 3 games a week. And I know, those games is easier said because I'm not a professional basketball player. And I know, I kind of see what some of these players go through, like in the rehabbing and, their aches and pains and things of that sort. But like I said, I mean, you're a basketball player. You're getting paid millions for a child's game that, that we grew to love. And I think he should just, I mean, for some of the back to backs, like Dr. Colin and I were talking about that. And I was like, so you mean to see there's a problem with, let's see, if you're on the road and you're playing Brooklyn the first night, then the next day you're probably going to end up playing the Knicks the next night. So that means tell me you have a problem with that? I don't understand that. What you can do, basically, Mr. Embiid, is you can actually just limit your minutes instead of playing 48 minutes, all the way through, unless it calls for it. Then just limit your minutes instead of playing like 48. Just play like maybe 30 or something like that. Just limit the minutes in between. But a lot of people are coming to see you play. Certain matchups, they want they want to see you play. They want to see these Embiid versus Cat matchups or Embiid versus Jokic matchups or some of these other big men that are still in the league. So, typical big fours, or fives that that are up to the challenge. But that's okay though. I mean, I think Embiid's going to change his attitude. Just due to the fact that I think he's just doing the league a disservice. That's just like basically going to a job and say, listen, I can't work I can't work certain days, and it's not for religious reasons or it's not for family obligations and things of that sort. I just don't want to do it. I don't like working Tuesdays because I don't like the word Tuesday, so I'm not going to work on that day. That's basically what it sounds like. Now any other job that I would apply for, and I say I can't work Tuesdays because Tuesdays rhymes with the letter T. No, they'd be like, no. Well, guess what? You can go find somewhere else to go. Who's gonna honor those obligations. So, but I think that Embiid is being a tad bit selfish, even though he's looking out for self and fam and stuff like that. But still, I still think he's doing the team a disservice because people may. I'm sure people complain about doing these back to back, especially if it's on the road. Like it might be, one game in Houston, and then the next game is in Oklahoma City. The next game is in, like Orlando or something like that. Now I'm sure, like the travel, it hits you and things of that sort. But like, come on, man, like they have facilities for for things like this. But come on, and get it together, my friend. Get it together, my G. I still think you're one of the top centers, top big men in the league. But come on, you don't see Jokic doing this, and I don't want to throw the race card in there. I don't want to throw that in there either. But you don't see Jokic doing this. You don't see him complaining about I have to do these back to back. He just goes out there and does it. Maybe his minutes might be down on the back end of the back to back, but but you don't see him complaining about minutes and I can't do this because he probably just goes in there and just takes an ice bath and keeps it moving. So um, what's your thoughts? Tell me what your thoughts are in the chat. Hit us up 302-844-8275. You can hit us up on Instagram and on YouTube as well. We're definitely available. So just in case if you don't have anything to do tonight and you feel like watching some good old NBA basketball, I still think the League Pass promo is still in effect until like Sunday night. If you're looking for some good basketball, there's a 10-game slate tonight. And so first we got the Sixers and the Raptors. That should be a good one. The Nets and the Magic. That's also a good one too. Hornets and Hawks. 2-point guards going at it. That's going to be a good one. Pacers and Knicks. Playoff rematch. Pistons and the Cavs. Pistons actually won their first game. Shout out to the Pistons. Shout out to Larry. Bulls and Bucks. Reminiscent of the Derrick Rose versus Brandon Jennings. Grizzlies and Rockets, that should be a good one. Warriors and Jazz, Pelicans and Blazers, and the Suns and the Lakers. I hope the Lakers beat the Suns because they beat us the other day, and I didn't feel that, but that's okay though. Shout out. Also, the college basketball news. I'm not sure if you guys got a chance to watch Duke last week. It really wasn't televised. You could probably see it, or maybe if you had the ACC network, you can see like the rebroadcast. But shout out to Cooper Flag. And also shout out to Lincoln University, man. Shout out to Lincoln University. Even though Lincoln got smacked down. It's an exhibition game, so I'm not sure if it actually counts. Per se. But however, shout out to Lincoln University. Even the 2024 CIAA champs. Lincoln University, and coach, here's another fun fact. I did not know that they were coached by Julius Hodge, former NC State standout, ACC, one of the top ACC players. And it kind of figured, like, once I saw, like, their style of play, I was like, wait a minute. Like, this doesn't look like typical Lincoln basketball. And once I saw the sideline, I was like, "Oh, that's Julius Hodge." Okay, I'm like, "Man, Julius Hodge from NC State." So I'm sure he's pretty much told the players the stories about playing against Duke in Cameron, what to watch out for. How the Cameron crazies are. Sometimes they go a little extra. And when it comes to like crowd jeering and fan participation, things of that sort. But it looks like when I was first watching the game, it looks like Lincoln was holding tough, man. And shout out to Reggie Hudson, who led Lincoln University with 24 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Of course, Cooper Flag had 22 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 blocks. Like I said, look, Lincoln did what they could do, but I mean, although Lincoln are the 2024 CIAA champs, I mean, like I think their tallest dude was about like 6'7" or something like that, and Duke's shortest forward was like 6'8". So there's really nothing you could do with that. I mean, talent shines through. Not to say that Lincoln is not talented, but they definitely held theirs, especially Reggie Hudson. Reggie Hudson went out there and balled. He said, "Listen, I'm not playing. I'm not playing the person outside the jersey. I'm playing the person inside the jersey." So he went for his. Like I said before, shout out to Reggie Hudson. Did his thing. 24 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. Doing his thing. Definitely doing his thing out there. And high school news. Nothing's really been jumping off. Shout out to some of the top performers in the Rare Footage Classic over this past weekend. Class of 2025. Of course, we got Brendan Russell from Archbishop Bryan. We're going to see them soon. Kavere Kennedy from Father Judge. Jordan Dill from Germantown Friends. Carnell Hudson from MLTAP Charter. We'll be seeing them soon as well. Their schedule just came out. Also, and Jake West from Penn Charter. I've been trying to get to. Like an open gym to like watch Jake West and them play. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to get their season for the schedule because I think they have Germantown Friends on the docket on their schedule. So definitely want to see that. I heard that MLTAP Charter, their basketball season, their schedule has come out as well. I believe they play Father Judge too. Like I have their conference schedule, like their regular school schedule and stuff like that. But yeah, I heard like non-conference games and stuff like that, or non-division games, should I say? Excuse me, I'm getting my college basketball talk. Um, yeah, I think they play. I think they play Father Judge this year. So I'm definitely, hopefully, I don't know if it's going to be in a neutral location. Or it's going to be at Father Judge. Hopefully, I can get some more information on that. Shout out to MLTEP Charter. Also, shout out to some of the Lady Panthers who are taking dual enrollment in early college classes here at Esperanza. Keep up the good work. Get a chance to get their schedule too as well. When I catch her again, I'll definitely get that schedule and support them. So yeah, but the high school, some of the high school schedules are out. So hey, man, look, if you're looking for some good basketball, hey, look no further than Philadelphia, man. Whether it's Philadelphia Catholic League, whether it's the Pubs, whether it's Interact, yeah, a lot of talent. I know a lot of people are down on the Interact League, but man, there's a lot of talent in that Interact League, man. Just go ahead and just get yourself to like either a Friends Select game, a Friends Central game, Germantown Friends, Germantown Academy, Penn Charter. Listen, it's there. It's there. Don't be fooled. Now, on to NFL news. Once again, I have to say, man, I really thought that my Jets were going to win this one against Pittsburgh because now with the addition of Devontae Adams, but yeah, I believe we lost that game like 30. I think like 35-17 or 37-15, whatever the case may be, still an L. My question is to you guys out there in the chat: are the Jets, or my Jets, should I say? Because nobody's going to claim them but me. Are my Jets a playoff team this year, or now because if we can't beat New England this Sunday coming up, and I got the Jets winning, and I think everybody has the Jets winning this game against New England, but the only way that we're not going to win this game against New England is if Tom Brady does the commentary, because then the ghost of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick will come out. Who knows what's going to happen with that? But yeah, are my Jets still a playoff team? And if we lose to New England this week, big if, do we just blow the team up, start all over again? What do we do? Somebody let me know. Because
you are now in the mind of K.
Also, Hassan Reddick is finally with the Jets. Now, my question again: will this make us a better secondary now that we have Sauce Gardner back there as well? Because we got a crap load of talent. That's the thing that's crazy. We have a crap load of talent on the Jets. The only thing we pretty much have to tinker with is that O line. But that O line can get better with time. But we don't have time, And like certain teams that come to mind, when I see the Jets season this year, like we're like mad talented. It's like I mean, like the '94 Sonics come to mind. The '99 Terrapins come to mind when they had like Steve Francis and that loaded bomb squad that they have. Also, like the Clippers. The Clippers, even though I'm throwing the Clippers out there, the Clippers, those Clippers teams from like 2011 to 2017, like mad talented. Pretty much led the Western Conference, led our division, on top of our division. I wonder if we still got our division banner. I wonder if they're going to hang that up in the Intuit Dome. But anyway, yeah, just teams that are just like fully loaded, but somehow, some way, we just run into some kryptonite and we just can't get the job done, and then we just never recover. Also, in football news, Tua's back. He cleared her concussion protocols, and he'll be playing against the Cardinals. Hopefully, shout out to Tua, and shout out to the staff over there on the Miami Dolphins, helping him get there. Hopefully, he'll be careful out there. Also, shout out to DeAndre Hopkins. Bless him. He will bless you. Remember what happened on oh man, on the football documentaries, and I forgot who did he chop up. Who did he chop up on there? I forgot who he chopped up. They got into it, but they like made him tear his knee out or something like that, or his ACL or something like that. It was crazy. So I blessed him. I blessed him. But welcome, DeAndre Hopkins to the Chiefs, and he'll be suiting up against the Raiders this coming Sunday. Also, unfortunately, Detroit Lions wide receiver Jameson Williams suspended 2 games for PED policy violation. And also, it looks like Coach Salah might be getting Coach Robert Salah might be getting a job. It looks like he was seen at the Packers practice, helping out the head coach Mike. I forgot his last name. When it comes to Mike something. He was seen at a Packers practice, and he was just being just in there, just giving out tips and things of that sort. So I think he might be having might be a position available for him. So hopefully, he lands on his feet. He could be okay. Also, I have my NFL fantasy sit-em for Week 8. There are no buys in this week. Every team is playing this week. Shout out to the NFL. Let's check the comments. Hey, shout out to B. He says the Jets have crashed. Yes, they did. Yeah, well, shout out to Larry. What up, brother? He says stop the BS. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, we had to play. You're right. Absolutely right. Shout out to you guys, man. Good seeing you guys. Happy Friday to you guys. Here's my sit-em for Week 8. For my QBs, quarterbacks, this is going to sound crazy, but I'm sitting Patrick Mahomes, I'm sitting Brock Purdy, and I'm sitting Dak Prescott. I said Doc Prescott. Dak Prescott. I'm sitting Tua, I'm sitting Justin Herbert, and I'm sitting Anthony Richardson against the Texans. The only reason why I'm sitting Anthony Richardson, and I can't sit him because he's on one of my fantasy teams, so I got to put him in anyway, but I think he's going to do okay. But just according to stats, I'm just checking the stat lines, what he's been doing the last couple games and trending. Yeah, I'm sitting those guys. It sounds crazy, but like that matchup with, Dak with that matchup in San Francisco, I'm not sure he's going to be producing those eye-popping numbers. I think he's just going to be worried about getting the win. Justin Herbert and the Saints. Technically, he really should do numbers because Alvin Kamara is questionable, so I'm not sure who they're going to have on the offensive side. But like I said, Justin Herbert, he hasn't really been playing up to par in the last 4 games. So, pretty much about a buck and some change in regards to pass yardage per game. Patty Mahomes and the Raiders. I'm not sure if he's going to have a 200, maybe 250, passing yard game. I don't know because this game might be over early because the Raiders are still recovering from the Devontae Adams stuff and just personnel wise they're still struggling. So Patrick will just pretty much on the low, maybe maybe a buck 40 or something like that. Most of those are going to be little dump offs here and there and stuff like that. So I'm not sure. He might have a rushing touchdown. That's about it. He might have one of those. But yeah, not good for your passing yards. For wide receivers, I'm benching Christian Kirk. This is the fifth. It's the fifth week you've been on the bench. So I'm just gonna go with the trend like that. He must see something that I don't know. And Christian Kirk is in one of my fantasy leagues too. I'm ready to drop him. I don't want to. The fan of me says no because he might do something. But hey, Marvin Harrison Jr. versus the Dolphins. I think he might come back to life on this one. This is more of like I'm on the fence with this one. But Marvin Harrison did get off to a hot start, but then like he's pretty much cooled off over the last 4 games. So I don't know. I think they might have already game planned for him already. Who knows? Keenan Allen versus the Commanders. Only reason why I'm benching Keenan Allen, if I had Keenan Allen on my roster, is more of those passes are going to be going to DJ Moore because um, I think that Chicago smells blood in the water against against the Commanders, so they're going to just air it out to DJ Moore early just to break that wide open. Pause. Also, Deontay Johnson for Carolina against the Broncos, like you probably won't be seeing the light of day. Tank Dell against the Colts. Terry McLaurin against Chicago. Like I said, it depends if Jaden Daniels is going to be suiting up this Sunday. Probably, I think he might be a late game scratch, just to protect them. Got to protect the golden goose. Um, and for running backs, I'm benching Nick Chubb. I'm benching Ramondre Stevenson. I'm benching Zach Moss against the Eagles. I'm benching Devin Singletary against the Steelers, and I'm benching Travis Etienne Jr. against Green Bay. Um, for tight ends, Isaiah Likely versus Cleveland. It's pretty much going to be the Mark Andrews show with that. Tyler Conklin versus the Patriots. It's going to be more. It's going to be more of a wideout set, unless Tyler Conklin gets in that slot and he gets like a dump off for a lot of yardage. That's the only way he's pretty much going to be effective. Chigozium Okonkwo against the Lions. On the fence with that one. I might take him off the sit list. I might take him off that one. Dalton Schultz against the Colts and Pat Freeman against the Giants. See, this is crazy. How Pat Freeman going to go crazy all on us, but then when you play against the Giants, you don't get more than like 8 yards. I don't get that. But like I said, teams that have bye weeks, none of these teams have bye weeks, so it's going to be a lot of football all day, a lot of 1 p.m. games, and then after that, it's going to be take that. Shout out to Mott, man. What up, Mott? Take this hat off, please, and thank you. Well, I got a fresh body. As the great young genius said, got a fresh body like I just left chemo. But I got to put the hat back on. I got to rep my Jets, man. I got to rep my Jets. Please and thank you. Oh man, I got to be me. Shout out to Mont. Shout out to the fam and everybody. Let's get into these picks now. A First pick up, Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. In my case, I think the Ravens. I think they're 5-2 right now. So out of 7 games, they won 5, and those they won 5 straight. I'm not going to say they just won 5 here and there. They won 5 straight. A lot of people were writing them off in the beginning. I don't see any reason why they're not going to stop. And I'm not throwing any shade to like James Winston or anything like that. But I mean, there's no stopping this train. So the Ravens are going to win this outright. My score for the Ravens: Ravens 30, Browns 20, easy. Next game up is going to be the Tennessee Titans at the Detroit Lions. This game is going to be one of those blowout games. No disrespect to Lincoln, but this is going to be one of those Lincoln Duke. It's going to be like that Lincoln Duke game last week that we saw on Saturday on the ACC network. Shout out to Lincoln. Shout out to all my HBCUs out there. Yeah. Now, I know people can say like, "Whoa, anything can happen any given Sunday," but no. Just certain things like you don't even need analysis on this. Duke's going to win this one out early. Bench will be coming out by the third quarter. Lions win this one going away, 35-13. Next game up is Dr. Kyle's Indy Colts at the Houston Texans. We're already at week 8 already. This is the anticipated rematch with them, and a lot of people should say go underdog this time. And you know what? I'm going to go with the Colts with the upset. I'm going with Dr. Kyle's Colts for the upset. My score with that, Colts going to win this one going away 24-20. Next game up Green Bay Packers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Listen, I know the Packers can't wait to play Detroit next week. This is week 9, not week 8. So all the Packers have to do is just not concentrate too much on playing Detroit in week 9, and then just concentrate on the Jags and just get the job done. With the game in front of you. It's going to be a close. It's going to be a close call nonetheless. But the Pack is going to get that W. Jordan Love is balling right now. I got my Packers winning a close one. Packers 28, Jaguars 27. Next game up, Arizona Cardinals and the Miami Dolphins. Like I said, Tua's back. Tua's back, but in just my opinion, I still think it's like a little too early for him to come back. I know like it's going to be a great charge of energy that's going to be going around in the stadium when Tua comes out against the Cardinals. But the Cardinals, they're going to spoil that party. They still got weapons out there. They still got Connor. Still got Marvin Harrison Jr. He can wake up and go. But like I said before, and some of the topics earlier, with Tua coming back, shout out to the Dolphins. Shout out to the Dolphins staff.
Oh shit.
Hey, what up? What up? What up? Sorry about that. Must have been some technical difficulty out there. But going back to Detroit. Excuse me. I was here at the Arizona Cardinals and the Dolphins. I believe I have the Cardinals winning. Uh, Cardinals 24 and the Dolphins 21. Yes, and the New York just up. Here we go. Let's get it. It's time. Uh, uh,
Ladies and
Time to stretch, y'all.
gentlemen,
We got to
may
win.
I
The
have
window is already
your
closed, but we got to open it back
attention,
up. We got to win.
please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
This is a no-brainer on this one right here. Shout out to my Jets. We got Hassan Reddick. Time is running out for my Jets, like I said before. But the Jets, this should be the game to turn us around and get us back on the good foot. Um, I'm going to be, for Sunday, I'm going to be in full Jets gear. I'm talking hat, sweats, hoodie, Crocs, whatever, slides, and we have no other choice, basically. I mean, I'm begging for the Jets to win this one, please. And then plus on top of that, like we're the better team on paper anyway. We're the better team on paper, um, and on the field. I mean, if everything comes together right, I mean, this could be the game. Like Hassan Reddick and Sauce, and then we have Devontae, then we got Lazard, we got Brees Hall, Aaron Rodgers, Conklin, everybody. Um, Mike Williams is still with us, so it's like, come on, come on, y'all. Like let's get this the Patriots too. This is the perfect time. We can sweep the Patriots for the first time in like years. This will be a good feather to stick in the cap. So yeah, Jets win. I got the Jets winning. Not scoring 30, just below 30. I got my Jets winning 28 to 15. 28 to 15. I mean, come on, guys. Just get it together. Um, Next game up is the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both Evans and Godwin are out for Tampa Bay for this week, so that pretty much means Atlanta is going to win with this one outright. Now, if they were down like one star, like maybe Evans or Godwin, then either one can pick up the slack. But you could be down one star, whatever, but two, no. Tampa Bay, go ahead and take that solid L. Just put it, just direct deposit it. That's going to be easy nail for y'all. Just take it. It's all good. Falcons going to win this one outright, 27 to 50. And the next game up is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals. This one is kind of tough, but then again, it's not. I mean, not to an Eagle fan. A lot of people think that the Eagles are frauding out here, but the Eagles are in better shape. If you look at their record and you look at how they've been, producing, they're actually in better shape than most people realize. But I'm going to give this one to the Bengals just because the Bengals are playing at home, and that will give Cincinnati a little bit of the upper hand, just to get that Bengals win. Eagles lose this one. Bengals 24, Eagles 21. Next game up, the New Orleans Saints or the Los Angeles Chargers. Still for the Saints, Derek Carr is still not playing, but shout out to Alvin Kamara, got that bag this week. But New Orleans, on the downside, New Orleans has lost the last 5 straight games. This is going to be the perfect game for the Chargers to get that get back. I got the Chargers winning by a lot. Chargers 31, Saints 19. Pause on what? Like what would I say that regards for a pause? Let me know. Next game up is Buffalo Bills and then Seattle Seahawks. Once again, didn't know, even though Josh Allen is making his first trip to Seattle, but I didn't know that Josh Allen is like 5-1 against teams that he plays against that are on the West Coast. I'm going to rock with that pick. I'm going to rock with that fun fact because I just found that out. That and just last week, Allen threw for damn near 400 yards last week. So I'm gonna roll with that. The Bills are rolling, and the Bills are gonna win again. Bills are gonna win in Seattle. Bills 30, Seahawks 23. Next game up is the Chicago Bears, the Washington Commanders. Bears, sorry ass Bears are still balling. Now, like I said before, I still think that Jaden Daniels, in order to protect the Golden Goose, it might it might be like a last second scratch, just to protect him or whatnot, just to make sure he'll be okay. Um, but if Jaden Daniels doesn't show up, if that happens, then the Bears got another win up on the horizon. So shout out to the Bears. I'm rolling with them. Bears 27, number 14. Next game up are the Carolina Panthers at the Denver Broncos in one of the afternoon games. This one, no analytics need for this one. The Broncos are going to be taking this one early. Shout out to the Carolina fans. That's cool though because UNC college basketball is going to be starting up soon, so you don't have to even worry about how sorry and pitiful that the Panthers are. So Broncos win this one outright once again. Broncos 31, Panthers 15. If they can get the 15. Next game up is the rivalry game, of course. Rivalry of all rivalries, almost. Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders. Um, Chiefs are looking, a little average right now, but keep in mind, like they're still the Chiefs. Like how many teams have we seen that just like they're not playing so good early, but yet they rise to the occasion when it gets to when it gets to like wild card, or I'll even put it like in the basketball terms. Like how many teams have we seen like maybe the Bulls, except for that year '96 where they went like 72-10. But some of those Bulls teams when they started off a little slow, but then they just got moving. And then once they got a taste, that the postseason's coming, they really turned it up an extra notch. And yeah, and and the Kansas City Chiefs, they're doing it too. They're doing it the same way. Possibly, I mean, a lot of people are screaming three-peat with this team, and we haven't seen the. I don't think we have seen the three-peat unless we're talking about like the Cowboys, right? Or did they win three titles? Okay, you get back to me on that. But like I said before, I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs winning this one. For all my Chiefs fans out there in Raiderland, just watch your back because once the Chiefs start blowing them out, just keep your head on the swivel, and keep your cheering to a minimum because Raiders land is crazy. Um, Chiefs win this one, 27-14. And for the Sunday night game, this is supposed to be the game of the week. The Dallas Cowboys at the San Francisco 49ers. Shout out. Like I said, this is supposed to be the game of the week, but injuries, like they hit both teams really, really hard. This at the end of the day, when the smoke clears, this one might be to the Cowboys' advantage. I'm gonna take Dallas on this one. I got Dallas winning 28-21. And then we have the Monday Night Football matchup to end Week 8. We have the New York Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This game has Pittsburgh written all over it. Unfortunately, they're playing at Heinz Field, so you already know it's going to get gritty. It's going to get gritty down there. Last week, the Giants gave up 8 sacks, and it's only going to get worse with Pittsburgh because they have a better pass rush defense. So you take that pass rush, and they're playing at Heinz Field with those terrible towels, and you see what they did to my Jets last week? Yeah, yeah, all right. I got the Steelers winning this one running away. Giants 10, the Steelers 24. Oh, you got San Fran? Okay. I mean, you got San Fran just based off of that pretty much that whole receiving core is beat up. Okay, taking shots. It is three. No doubt, no doubt. So that's pretty much it for our picks and previews and stuff like that. We're coming on the 3 o'clock hour, so let me just throw my shout outs right now before I forget. Shout out to the fam, of course. Shout out to Dad. Shout out to Dr. Kyle, Trentron, and of course the AKAs up there at Penn State. The Delta Gamma chapter stand up. Shout out to Mama Linda, Paige, aka the Extra P, of course, my fiance LaShawn, and all the sorors of Delta Sigma Theta, Delta Tau chapter. Shout out to my guys at the run. I didn't get a chance to play with you guys. Pause. Jesus. I didn't get a chance to hoop with you guys this Friday. But we have the Reach Out and Read tournament tomorrow on Saturday. So I'm definitely going to be attending. I'm definitely going to be playing in that too. So definitely get ready for the playoff, another playoff run. Shout out to my In the Basement crew, Larry, Dr. Kyle, Mont, thanks for kicking in. Brother Daryl, the Wolfman, aka Javelle, SB Talk Sports, Real Takeover Fake Debates, Get Your Bars Up Media, the Best of Seven Podcast, Mike Anderson and the rest of the guys hooping, and also to my fantasy football crew. We got the Gridiron Gurus. I'm 3-4 with them. My Goodfellas League. I'm 1-6. I finally got a win. And my In the Basement Fantasy Football 24. 2-5. Just leave that up to bad choices. So this is KC. We're signing off, and you guys have a great weekend. Have a wonderful weekend. It's going to be a little chilly out there, so definitely bring your jackets and your vests. And I will get a chance, hopefully I get a chance to recap with you guys on Sunday if I'm not doing anything. If not, I will be at the tailgate at the Nile Swim Club watching those sorry Eagles play. And you guys have a wonderful and fun-filled weekend. Be good to yourselves.